Good evening. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. My name is Dominique Monette, and I'm a sophomore student at South County High School this year. I'm also the director and playwright for Bromeo and Juliet, the show we're about to see. Bromeo and Juliet is a show that I wrote over the span of time that we've been in quarantine. The idea to write a play actually came to me last March, beginning of April. I ran out of stuff to do, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a play. So that's exactly what I did. 5 times. The first 4 or so times that I started to write a play, I just wrote, and it wasn't good, so they're somewhere in my Google Drive taking up space. They're still unfinished. Bromeo and Juliet was kind of my last attempt, and I actually got through it all the way. It started sometime in the summer, in August, and it took me into the fall to finish. It was about 2 months. It took a lot of editing, a lot of writing, rewriting, re-editing. It was a lot of work to get it to a place where I said, yes, this is ready. And the minute I was ready to perform it or have it read, it was such a great feeling. So standing here in front of you, being able to say that we're about to watch my show is a feeling that I can't put into words. I am so proud of myself, proud of my cast and crew who embraced this show with open arms and took on everything that came with it, from technical difficulties to just problems reading the script. Everyone who has helped me bring this performance to life is very, very close and special and will always hold a special place in my heart because you guys are just the most amazing people. I'd actually like to name a few of you tonight because you're all here watching it with me. Mrs. Molly Rumberger, our producer and director of South County's theater department. Rummy has helped me in ways I can't even put into words. She is just the most amazing and supportive person, and I love her so much for everything that she's done to help me and everyone else who has worked in South County Theater. I'd also like to thank my stage manager, Lauren Gear, for helping me to deal with all of the issues that come up with directing a show. Lauren has been the most supportive and just greatest person to have on this project as a stage manager because she's just the best, you guys. Everyone should have a Lauren in their lives. I'd also like to thank my cast for just being the best people ever. I mean, really, you guys are awesome, and you've worked so hard and made me laugh and cry and just feel so many things every time you read this script. Some of you may know that before my cast got this script, it had never been read out loud before. And I'll tell you, reading it in your head and actually hearing it read out loud are 2 very different things. At our first rehearsal, I was at a loss for words, and still am every time I watch this show. I go, oh my gosh, they're amazing, and I can't say anything else. They are amazing people, and I am so excited that you guys get to sit here and watch them perform this awesome thing. I'd also like to thank my family for being so supportive and inspiring me to create a couple of characters. You may see some familiar faces in tonight's performance. Yeah. Thank you also to the Lorton and surrounding community for giving us your time and your hearts over the years. South County Theater wouldn't be the place it is today if it wasn't for all of you. So to keep funding the awesome things like the show that we're about to see here, we ask that you consider showing your support a little bit more tonight. You can go to our website at southcountydrama.org to find out exactly how you can do that. Once again, thank you all so much for coming out tonight to see our show. I am just so excited to be sitting here and surrounded by family and friends, about to watch this little thing that I never thought would make it out of my Google Drive and onto the screen like it has. It really is an honor, and there's no describable feeling that I can actually put into words to tell you how proud I am, how excited I am, just how amazed I am at everyone who has helped me to make this dream a reality. So, without further ado, please let me introduce to all of you Bromeo and Juliet, A Tale of Two Bros.
Good night, folks, and listen well. Tonight I tell you the taunting tale of a couple so sweet, they'll make your heart soar and your eyes roll. For I am your bard. Let me take you away on my story boat into a sea of romance and heartbreak. The story I speak of which, of course, is Romeo and Juliet, a pair of inseparable forces. Fair Romeo, a good-natured man with a heart of gold, and sweet, sweet Juliet, hopelessly in love with the one man she can never love.
All right, hold it just a second now. You're telling the story all wrong.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who do you think? I'm Sister Lawrence, of course.
Sister Lawrence? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
So, do I look like a man to you?
Well, no, I suppose you don't.
Darn right I don't. And you're telling the story all wrong.
What do you mean? I'm telling the story exactly the way it was written. But I bet you just didn't read it right. I'll bet that you just read the Wikipedia page. No wonder you're confused by all my smart words and geniusly crafted phrases.
What are you implying, good sir? I didn't have to read the story. I was there. And I'll tell you, Romeo was not some sweet boy with a heart of gold, and Juliet was not a little girl obsessed with some boy.
If he wasn't in love, what was she?
She was a stone cold queen, is what she was, and still is. But you wouldn't know that because you just read the book. Ooh!
I really don't think.
I don't think you can think. Besides, who asked? Now, forget that silly storybook. Sit down. Let's take a little brain vacation.
Where to? Because I'm prone to sunburns, frostbite, psoriasis, and diabetes. So if we're going anywhere sunny, cold, dirty, or sugary, I'm going to need a few things.
We're going to Italy. Specifically, Italy sometime in the Italian Renaissance. No specific date.
Will we try to get some cheese?
Man, you really can't keep your mouth shut for 2 seconds, can you?
My therapist says I have AD something. Do you think there will be pizza?
Forget that. Let's take a look into the early days of Italy. Meet Romeo Montague, a rich, indecisive milksop with a drunken entourage that would gladly do his bidding.
Hey, that's unfair. Romeo was just more interested in love than war. That's poetic and beautiful. He's not a milksop.
Ah! A spider, Mercutio, save me!
Gladly, my liege. Can I wipe your shoes as well? I seem to have spotted a speck of dust from that wine and wine party.
You were saying?
Okay, maybe Shakespeare exaggerated a few small details. So what? That doesn't change the fact that he wrote one of the most beautiful plays of all time.
Wrong!
What?
He wrote one of the most beautiful lies of all time.
I don't even have an argument for you. Just keep ruining my favorite work of art, why don't you?
Gladly. As I was saying, Romeo's a chicken, and Juliet, well...
Juliet had her terrible cousin Tybalt. What a tyrant he was.
Tyrant? Oh no. Tybalt was Juliet's best friend. Yes, Juliet was a stone-cold queen, but funny enough, so was Tybalt.
I highly doubt Tybalt was...
Hey, handsome.
Oh my gosh.
You believe me now? Anyways, Juliet was never far from Tybalt, and Tybalt never far from Juliet.
Oh my gosh, Tybalt, have you seen these shoes? They're 75% more pointy than last year's model.
Girl, if you don't buy those shoes yourself, I will buy them and force them onto your feet. I mean, imagine what kind of husband you could pick up in those.
Yeah. You know, I was actually thinking the other day, gee, I'm pretty young. I mean, I'm 13 now. I've only lived half my life. Maybe I can wait to get married. I want to see the world.
No, you have to get married so I can live vicariously and have parties and sit back with all my boys while I look at your sad, miserable married life. We're bros. That's what bros do for each other.
I thought the plan was to kill the guy and take his money.
That too.
And that's all fine and good, but what about my dreams? I don't want to be married yet. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm a girl, not an object. I should be worth more in life than something that gets married away when she's old enough.
By God, you're right. We should have a protest. We should revolt. Down with the monarchy and up with the ladies.
Oh man, this is why you're my best friend. Just saying.
You see what I mean? Tybalt and Juliet, the bros of the millennium.
Okay. Maybe Juliet was a little more complex than I thought. And maybe there's a small chance that Tybalt was awesome. But Romeo was still desperately in love. You can't destroy that.
For once, you may be right.
I was starting to think that you might change every detail of this wonderful story.
Romeo loved himself.
Looking good, Romeo.
Always, my good sir. You've never looked better.
Mercutio, can I ask you a question?
Anything, my lord. Perhaps you're wondering about that rash. I can call the doctor.
Rash? No rashes. I, Romeo, am as clean as a whistle. I've never had any kind of rash.
Sir, what about that one on your chest? Goes all the way down your back and into the,
No rashes here. Anyhow, I already checked with the doctor. It's only somewhat contagious. I was wondering if you knew any eligible suitors. I mean, after Rosaline left me for that block of cheese, things have just been so sad. My life is in shambles, and my mother won't stop nagging. Romeo, wherefore art thy wife, Romeo, it's getting old, Romeo, get married, Romeo, stop doing illegal things in my basement, Romeo. I'm doing my best here, Mom.
I understand completely, my liege.
You do?
Oh, not at all. But I may have the perfect girl for you. She's just 13 years old, fresh and ready to enter the world of marriage. And she's the daughter of that old couple.
Capulets? I thought all their kids were dead.
Where did you hear such a silly thing like that?
My father swore he'd killed them after they never returned that cup of flour. I mean, I thought he had already done it. Besides, I'm pretty sure their kid's already engaged to another.
Who, sire?
No idea. I was just trying to make excuses for the fact that I don't want to marry the flour thief's daughter. I mean, think about it. I'm gorgeous. And she's just... I mean, you'd have gorgeous and ass standing next to each other in my family's oldest church. That just wouldn't look right.
But sir, what about the visual phenomenon?
The visual who's he? What's it?
Visual phenomenon. When a man such as yourself stands next to a beautifully decorated church with his very handsome family, the plain and boring family next to you looks that much plainer and uglier, hence making you seem more beautiful, even godlike.
Godlike, you say?
The godliest.
I'm like God. By Jove, you're right. All right, Mercutio, set it up.
No way. Romeo was never that daft, and Mercutio was a brave man with a strong heart.
He was also an illegal immigrant who brought back the Black Plague to Italy. His real name was Samuel Laurent, but you keep telling yourself that other stuff. Anyways, Romeo and Juliet met through their parents, Lord Capulet and Lord Montague. And when Juliet found out, things did not go well.
No way. No way. I am not getting married.
Maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe it'll be like leggings. Nobody liked them at first, and now all the noblest nobles in the world are wearing them.
I highly doubt Romeo is going to be anything like leggings.
But you don't know until you try.
I don't need to try. I know exactly what this is going to be. Oh, Juliet, you're so pretty. I'm so rich. Watch me ride this horse and drink this wine. Wow, sire, you're the best drinker and rider of all time. Thank God there's no law against this. It's going to be just like that. I'll never get a break from that idiot and his sidekick idiot.
Hello, miss? I don't mean to interrupt, but it's time to get ready for the prearranged wedding your parents have forced you into.
Why are you even here?
Oh, Lord Montague and Lord Capulet sent me as the midget man.
You mean the middleman?
Oh, that too.
Come on, this is such codswallop.
Don't be a downer. It gets better.
Better? How can this get any worse? You ruined everything I've believed in.
Pish posh. Now, as I was saying, Juliet was preparing for her prearranged wedding, and Lord and Lady Capulet were meeting the Montagues. If you'll remember, the Montagues were the Capulets' #1 enemy.
Please don't.
All because Lord Capulet hadn't returned Lord Montague's cup of flour that he borrowed so many years before.
I'm not sure about this, honey bunches. What if the Montagues are trying to kill us again?
I doubt they do that, sweetie bottom. I hear that Romeo is desperate. Did you hear that his last girlfriend dumped him?
I broke up with her.
I did warn you that things may go south if you didn't pick up your act and return that flower, didn't I, Pookie Bear?
Oh, here we go again, Sugar Pimples.
Don't you roll your eyes in a dramatic fashion and turn away from me. This whole death sentence thing is your fault, saggy cheeks.
The Capulets.
Our esteemed guests, thank you for coming on such short notice.
How nice to kill. See you again.
Okay, look. Can't we forget about all that murder for 1 second? Today is a happy occasion. Today, your beautiful daughter and our son,
Romeo.
Romeo marries your daughter today.
Yes! Well, about that, she's a little bit hesitant.
Oh, so was I on my wedding day. But it's a girl's job to marry a good husband. And it's a husband's job to get married and move out of his mother's basement before she hires a man with wild bear to chase him out.
I couldn't agree more. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? Juliet, come meet your new husband.
Hi, Dad. Gee, I sure am ready to get married. Let's do this.
Wow, you weren't kidding about that hesitancy.
That's not my daughter. That's her friend.
Tybalt, what are you doing here? I told you to finish decorating the church pews for the wedding.
More importantly, where is Juliet?
Well, hello to you too. Juliet is in there. I believe she's practicing her aim with a tapestry of the two of you and a basket of rotten tomatoes. But don't worry, you don't need Juliet if you've got me.
You know, I'm not sure I like this one.
Why don't we bring Romeo out here first?
You're right. Maybe after Juliet sees what a fine suitor she'll be marrying, she'll be more inclined to come and say hello.
Romeo! Where are you, Romeo? Ew.
Is that my new wife? She's not as young as you described her.
Excuse me? I'm younger than you, Grandpa Montague.
Grandpa, my skin is flawlessly smooth and wrinkle-free thanks to Face Cleaner Plus. It's made with olives now.
Okay, great. You both are old, okay? Now can we get on with this wedding, please?
Oh, Romeo and Tybalt end up together? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
God, no. Tybalt hates Romeo with a passion.
Is there any true parts of this play? Any at all?
Well, there is the suicide part.
They actually do that?
Oh, yes.
So skip ahead. What happens?
Well, Romeo was only interested in having a wife so his mother, the esteemed Lady Montague, would stop nagging. So he enlisted Juliet. But Juliet hated Romeo. She spent most of her days attempting to kill him, actually.
Darn. Tybalt! This poison only makes people violently ill. Ugh, what ingredient am I even missing?
Yeah, that'll do. You go, girl.
Tybalt!
What? I have a wine and cheese date.
Ugh. Forget it. I'll never get this right anyway.
Oops.
Romeo probably won't even drink it. I bet we'll mix up the glasses or something while we're at the dinner I made because he can't cook, can't clean, doesn't have any money, and Mercutio does all his chores. It was his turn to milk cows yesterday, and I came downstairs, and he had left for a party.
Maybe you should cut him some slack. I mean, he is a 16-year-old boy. That is what 16-year-old boys do.
But he's halfway through his life. He's an old man. Shouldn't he be more mature? Ugh! I hate him!
Oh, that's terrible. But I'm late, so.
Typical.
Options were growing thin. Juliet only had one idea left. So that night, after Tybalt had gone to his wine and cheese date, she prepared a dastardly scheme.
I'll fake my death. Maybe then I can escape from Romeo forever.
So Juliet laid in her bed, smeared some very watery ketchup on her dress, and held tightly to the knife that would pretend to claim her life. And once Romeo entered the bedchamber, he saw his beautiful underage wife laid out to rest, and he wept. I said he wept.
Boo-hoo! Woe is me! I'll never love again! Oh, my dearest Jiminy Crickets! Is that enough?
Forget it.
Oh, Juliet, I'm sorry I didn't like you very much. I mean, to be fair, you didn't really like me either, so I guess no harm, no foul. Maybe in a different world where I was a bit younger and you were a bit prettier looking.
Excuse me?
Ah! Go, stay back, foul monster! Wait. It's just you. I thought you were dead.
Oh, I'm not dead. I'm mad.
Well, that's not very fun.
No, it is not.
I'm sorry, I don't really know what to do in these awkward situations. Can I offer you a tissue?
No. You know what? I was actually just going to leave you, run away and disappear forever after you thought I was dead. But now I'm actually going to die. Thanks a lot, Romeo. My life sucked because of you.
Well, in that case.
Hey, guess who's back? Turns out wine and cheese parties are mostly cheese. God, I hate cheese. Oh, Romeo.
Tybalt.
Tybalt, please, just go. These are my final moments with my hated husband.
Hey, I'm not that terrible, am I?
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
Farewell. Parting is such a sweet pleasure.
Okay. Have a nice trip, I guess.
Are you kidding me? I'm about to kill myself because I hate you. Shouldn't you be a little more upset?
Look, lady, I'm just a man, a handsome man with a lot of money and power to my name. I can't do anything.
Even in my final moments, you're a stupid oaf!
Oh, move! Gosh. Juliet, are you seriously about to kill yourself over this dweeb?
I am not a dweeb.
I mean, what else can I do? I'm literally going to be stuck with him until I die of whatever diseases he has.
You could always just dump him.
Dump him? He's a rich man and I'm a woman. I have no rights.
Okay, maybe you can't, but you could run away.
Where would I go? My parents and Lord Numbskull's parents would hunt me down. The only way out is death. And I'm not leaving anything behind anyways.
Hey, what about me? You're about to kill yourself over some dope and forget about our number one rule?
I am not a dope. Who even are you?
Remember our secret pact? Bros before? Well, you know.
Yeah, but what about this chucklehead? I'll still be alive knowing I'm married to him.
True, but what else can you do? You'll be stuck with him either way. At least this way, we can live vicariously in the countryside, doing fun things and trashing Romeo's name for our own fun.
I suppose maybe you're right. Goodbye, you useless slob.
Well, goodbye, Juliet. I guess I won't be seeing you again. I mean, it was fun while it lasted, though, wasn't it?
No.
No.
And so, Tybalt managed to save Juliet from a permanent solution, and the two of them lived out their days vicariously in the countryside. Thanks to Tybalt, we now have 3 things to hold true above all else. Suicide is not an answer. Be a stone cold queen, and bros before, well, you know. So you see how wrong you were? Shakespeare was a clown in that floppy hat. He made the story into what it is today, a lie. But now you know the truth, so you can spread the word. I actually never got your name.
It never really came up with you interrupting me and stuff. My name is William.
William, a fabulous name for a fabulous man. Well, William, now you know the truth. Romeo and Juliet were never star-crossed lovers. The story would be better named Bromeo and Juliet. What with the wonderful workings of our fabulous friend Tybalt.
Wow.
Yes, you should wow. Romeo and Juliet is the story of the ages. You see how mistaken you were?
Hi?
What are you doing here?
I saw a big group of people decided to join. I just wanted to let you both know I don't like the way you wrote me in your story. You both forgot about the biography that I'm writing.
You're writing a biography?
Of course I am. It's called Lord Romeo, God of the Flat Earth.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm sure Romeo will appreciate it very much.
He would, if he was still alive.
Romeo died? Sister Lawrence, you never told me that.
Didn't I? He died from the Black Plague at some point.
A sad day indeed, but I will never forget his shining face, his beautiful valor, his brave heart.
All right. That's great. Bye now, Mercutio. Hope we see you soon. You can't let that one ramble. Otherwise, he'll just go on forever and ever. But you see how mistaken you were about Romeo and Juliet, don't you?
No, not at all. Where's Paris? Where's Rosaline? What happened to every other character? How do you even tie that into the story?
I don't.
But you said you told. What is happening?
I was Capulet's cleaning lady. I did most of the chores. As for Paris, Benvolio, Rosalind, those guys, they're all made up.
Made up?
Of course, Shakespeare was always a little cuckoo. You understand them?
Not at all. But just for you, I'll never read Shakespeare again. Except for Cymbeline, of course. Cymbeline was one of the best plays ever written.
Well, actually,
No, don't do it. I'll save you the trouble. It was all lies. Princess Imogen was a hoax, right? See, actually, he was. I'll never enjoy Shakespeare again. God, why did I ever listen to you? Now I'll have to find a new playwright.
I was going to say that I thought Hamlet was better. But if you're looking for authors, might I suggest J.R.R. Tolkien? He's great.
So Tolkien you like, but Shakespeare's a nut in a hat. You know what? I quit. Show's over, people. Take your possessions and get out.
What's got him all mad? Oh well, since I've got you all here, would you like to hear about my 1,000-year-old stamp collection? I've got stamps from almost every country now. Hey, where are you all going? What about my stamps?